babies.
Number one problem with the offense from day one is coaching.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's disputable. It's the design, it's the scheme, it's the leadership, the disjointedness. It's happened since July. We've heard about this since fucking July, basically since they brought Patricia back and not named him offensive coordinator, and Joe Judge to be the guy whispering in Mac's ear to give him all the secrets to run the offense. The quarterback controversy, that it's starts at the top. Everything starts at the top. And the most obvious glaring definition that you can give this offense, I think, is disjointed. Or in whatever word within that realm that you want to define it, there's no rhythm to it. There's no identity to it. It's dysfunctional, disjointed. That starts at the top. Right from the horse's mouth. Right
It's
from
like
the coaching.
it's like watching Ivy League or a really shitty conference in college football right now. It's just mundane, vanilla offense. Run, nothing exciting. It's no great pass plays. It just sucks. It's just boring to watch this game.
Oh, I think it's worse than that. I think at least even those college teams, they realize that they run like 8 plays good. So like we run counters good, we run traps good, we run crossers good, and they just keep doing that shit over and over and over again. The Patriots are just reaching. They're fucking reaching for anything. They keep doing these ridiculous plays. They lined up Jacoby Myers and did a quarterback sneak with Jacoby Myers that required Mac Jones to push him for the first down. Like that's where they're going. Like they don't even have like a set of like 6 schemed type plays that they do well and go to.
No,
so
you're right. That starts directly at Matt Patricia, who's the offensive coordinator.
Absolutely.
You can't, and Bobby nailed it. There's nothing that you can, it's like, okay, I know that this play works. You can't run it every time, but if they run it once a quarter, I know you can collect 10 yards on it. They don't have any of that. They don't have one of those plays. Never mind 5. Like they don't have a single thing. If they're shooting in the dark, fishing in the dark, whatever. They don't have shit. And from there, it all trickles down. And we can go into what it trickles down to. This kind of goes hand in hand, but the play calling, predictable, ill-advised, to your point on the Jacoby Myers play. There's reports the Colts linebackers were calling the plays before they happened. You saw it late in the game.
Scumbags.
There was a Jonnu Smith. Yeah, cheaters. There was a Jonnu Smith screen that everybody just fucking ran at Jonnu Smith on the Colts defensive line. Not a single person went after Mac Jones. There's too many deep routes. There's too many routes running long. There's not enough crossing shit going on. There's no rhythm. Yeah. There's no identity. And then they try to throw in like a Josh McDaniels double fucking reverse. That's like some,
sloppy.
Like, what do they call it in computer programs? Like when it's in the back of your program and you can't identify it, there's like a ghost or something.
Porn.
Yeah. Yeah, you got Josh McDaniels porn living in the back of, silently and invisibly living in the back of the play sheet. Like, oh yeah, we ran this. Josh ran this like a couple times and it really worked. Double fucking handoff reverse throw from Jacoby Myers.
Yeah,
and it's like it's fucking 1st and 25. Yeah, just either way. The only good play calling I saw was last week in that no huddle out of halftime, and the only time this year I think I've gone, oh, or maybe a couple of drives with Zappy.
Do you think that's because they're giving Mac like 3 plays when they're doing the no huddle and be like, you go to the line and you figure out what play you want to run? So Matt Patricia's not telling him what to do, is he's just giving him a series of plays and be like, you choose out of these?
Wouldn't shock me at all if this.
I thought you were frozen. You scared me.
I thought I was going to say something. Wouldn't shock me at all if the most success that we've seen out of a Mac Jones offense was him calling the plays at the line. Would not shock me at all.
Yeah, I think it's telling that at this point in the season, I think the lack of offensive continuity and the fact that our 2 coaches don't have any background coaching offense, and Judge and Patricia, that it is not clean, and that there hasn't been like continuity at this point. And I think if we're looking at and asking the questions, why was Zappy successful? Probably because they just dumbed it down to the most basic things, so that way any of their like fucked up plans that they got to kind of got thrown out the window, and they just went out there, 3-step drop, throw the ball, that's it. Or we're going to run the ball, no questions asked, and just played football.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that there is some more blame to go to, and I'll start with the next one is O line.
Mm-hmm.
Third on my list is the O line. Now you can go with the injuries. David Andrews going down is big, but penalties have been a problem since day one between Wynn and Brown, the tackle specifically. But the personnel, Isaiah Wynn sucks, and Cole Strange has been benched 9 possessions straight last game. He was benched. He's hit a rookie wall, clearly. You combine that with Trent Brown having his head in the clouds at times and David Andrews being out and having basically no depth. Yadni could just obviously is not going to fit the bill. He's a backup player. I don't know if there's a fix there. Unless Cole Strange snaps out of it, and I wouldn't be surprised if David Andrews comes back and we see a tick up, because I think that's how important
we need him.
He is.
He needs to play.
It's like Bobby said before. He's probably calling the line blocking scheme when he goes to the line. So he's like the main focus on that. Now you don't have that. Who are you trusting? Trent Brown, or are you trusting Isaiah Wynn or Yadni Kajust? You know, who are you trusting to do that at the line of making these adjustments? That's not fucking anyone that I would call trustworthy on that.
No, and that's right. And I think that will have an improvement. Head injuries are iffy, though. We'll see if you can get. I think they're expecting him back after the bye week.
I mean, thankfully there's the bye week.
Tua fucking died on the field and he's still playing. So
yeah, but David Andrews took a year off because his blood sucked. So I think that he's the type of guy that wouldn't probably fuck with shit, you know. And I think he's in terms of head injuries and things like that. And he had blood clots or whatever he had.
Yeah.
That being said, he is a football
Belichick's
player.
trying to get him to have a surgery right now to come back.
Yeah, he's gonna do a brain replacement.
He's David. They got this new surgery where we just go into the brain and take it out. So we're just gonna need you to go ahead and do that.
Yeah. We'll throw in a couple extra bucks on your next signing bonus.
Yeah.
Next up, Ray, fourth on the list of my 5. Take a victory lap here. Mac Jones. You got to take some credit if you get some blame if you get all the credit as quarterback. To your point, Bobby, dumbing down the offense for Zappe is, I think, right. But I think that they've probably tried to do that with Mac Jones. And even on the TV copy, like the first drive, I hated the play calling, boring vanilla. You saw it all coming. But that third down play where Mac scrambled out of the pocket early into a sack, he had Henry on a flare out, kind of with room to run on a 3rd and 15.
To his right on the far side of the field.
Yep. And the broadcast was saying it. I think a lot of people are saying it, that he's missing open receivers basically all season. His inability to pick up the offense or deal with the coaches, maybe his arrogance got in the way at the beginning of the season. Whatever the deal is, his injury is obviously played a factor. Mac Jones has regressed, whatever the reasons are. He is the guy with the ball. He needs to be better, and he's not. So he has to land on the list. And this is his first game all season without throwing a pick. So, and you could tell, couldn't you? Like, he was like, first read, second read. I'm not testing shit. I'm not forcing a goddamn thing.
Very
I'm
jittery in the
slide at the 4-yard line.
The booze that he got on that, I was fucking impressive. It's like, dude, you're there, just fucking run it, like tuck it and run. If your ankle hurt,
play, though. That was the right play. You've won the game. You just burn the clock and punt the ball. But either way, okay. I can understand the frustration. Mac Jones, your thoughts, Raymond? Go ahead. Fucking hater.
Sophomore slump. I don't think Mac. I like to see what happens when David Andrews comes back. I mean, obviously, Max came back and he got hurt. I like to see what happens when he's there. You got a full strength offensive line. See how it looks then, and then you can criticize him even more. But if I'm choosing right now, it's not Mac, it's not Zappe. You need to address this quarterback in the offseason because neither of these guys are the successors for your franchise.
Bobby?
I don't even know what to say about Mac. He needs to start playing better, or we are going to start taking a lot of L's because it's unsustainable play from the defense. Unsustainable.
Here's the Mac Jones. I'll give you some names. Josh Allen, Tua Tagovailoa, 3rd-year, 4-year guys. You give them a decent coach. You give them a decent system. They're different people. They're different people. You guys said it last week about Zach Wilson. Put him in a different system. He's a different guy.
I agree with that.
Skinny fucking Ray. Matt Patricia.
And give him a number one. He needs playmakers.
Mac Jones was a Pro Bowl playoff quarterback last year.
Oh, fuck
rookie
you.
season.
Everyone got hurt, and that's why he made the Pro Bowl. Don't fucking say he's a Pro Bowl
He
player.
wore the jersey, you cunt. He wore the jersey. He got there. He was there.
No.
Did he make the playoffs?
He did.
Was he the one of 4 guys to show up for that game? Yeah. Yeah,
Now,
he was.
Can I ask another question about Mac
J.C.
Jones?
Jackson wasn't. Remember J.C. Jackson, that fucking Bills game? God, what an asshole.
Mm.
He got $80 million for that game.
Quickly, does Mac Jones shave his balls before you put them in his mouth?
He doesn't have to. Look at him. He doesn't have any hair down there yet. And when he does, I'll shave him for him. I will apologize for Mac Jones as long as Matt Patricia is the fucking the offensive coordinator, because you can bring in whoever you want. You can bring whoever you want. Matt Patricia is not going to put him in a place.
So let's be serious. Do you think Kraft lets these boobs fucking coach in it?
Not if they miss the play. Not if they. It's going to.
I don't even think if they make the playoffs. I think that they make the playoffs no matter what. I think he's heard so much scrutiny from the fans and from the league how bad this offense looks, how bad the stats are, how people are booing the offense during the game. Like, Kraft hears this shit. He's not going to let this fly next season. No fucking way.
If you make the playoffs, you don't have a whole lot to talk about.
A wild card?
Doesn't matter. You're in, dude. Like, you're just spoiled as a Patriots fan. Like, if you make the playoffs,
he talks about it all the time. How we're in a drought, that we haven't won a playoff game since Brady left. Or
if you're serious about winning, you can still make changes.
Enjoy the drought, Kraft. Robert, you're gonna die before the next time you see a Super Bowl.
How dare you? He's made of money. He'll never die.
That's true. They're gonna replace David Andrews' brain with Robert Kraft's when he
boom. That's the surgery.
That's the plan.
Number 5 on the list. No Yak. They got no playmakers on offense. You got nobody that can catch the ball and make a move other than Stevenson. Who else? You throw it to Henry. Someone touches him, he goes down. Jacoby Myers, love him, but he's a possession. Great catch. Whatever that catch that behind the, this is another thing about Myers. This is what you get out of undrafted guys. He outran the pocket of the fucking zone, and that the throw I'm talking about, where he kind of leaned backwards and caught it off the ground and kind of looked incomplete. It was late in the game.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then they're going to challenge.
Not the one where he tipped it to himself and caught on the sideline. That was an excellent play. The one where it looked like Mac underthrew him and he threw behind him.
Yeah.
He overran the zone. Like, there's your pocket, Jacoby. Sit in it so he can give you. Anyway, he doesn't run after the catch. He gets fucking tackled. Nelson Aguilar is dead. Taekwon Thornton's never going to be a Yak guy in this.
Did he see any playtime? I'm sorry. Did he play at all? I didn't see him on the field when I was there, and I didn't catch it if he even played.
Well, the wide receivers got 58 yards combined. So
the only one that has a history of yards after catch is Kendrick Bourne, and he's a shell of himself too.
Yeah. Nice catch. Nice little drop on the first drive, 3rd and 15 they dropped.
That's all it takes. Matt Patricia said,
he fumbled. He fumbled too.
He fumbled. They caught it. Yeah, he is regressed. So, even I have Devontae Parker on here as your 50-50 specialist, but even like he's not a really run after the catch guy.
He hurt his knee.
He did, and I'd like him back. Like, he's been good for him. I'd like him back.
Hopefully against the Jets.
So no special playmakers. You know what would have been nice? Like a Chase Claypool. Seems like a guy that could have made some moves.
Weird.
I thought about starting my opening thing for a 2nd round pick.
Just the same goddamn thing. I sent Bobby a article from Heavy.
Fuck that article. That was blatant trolling. Okay?
Heavy.com had the Patriots in on Chase Claypool and just couldn't pull the trigger, I guess.
Heavy.com has Robert Vine listed as the new Patriots GM here in his first move.
Well, if it was the Colts, it's got validity. So
yeah, exactly. And they didn't report it because they don't have any fucking sources.
Hey, Jack works for Heavy on Celtics. You can't show
him. Yeah. Jack Simone's our guy. Come on.
Jack Simone.